Yes, mic 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good day. Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Tuloy na po tayo sa ating pagre-review ng Master Plumber for Master Plumber Board Exam. Ang topic natin ngayon ay Plumbing Arithmetic Set 8, 751 to 800. So, yan. Bago po tayo mag-start, salamatan muna natin ito. Mga YouTube subscribers natin. Yan, sila, yung latest. Dennis De La Cruz, Abraham Pasqua, Chris at Chrisa May. And sa mga subscribers na naka-private, no? Pero nag-subscribe. Kasi nandito, yung nakikita ko lang, only includes users who have made their subscriptions public. Kapag naka-private sila, hindi ko sila nakikita. Kaya hindi ko sila mag-read. By the way, by name. Pero by the way, I thank you. I really appreciate your subscription. And I hope may tuto kayo. Kung meron po kayong suggestion, comments, yan, and corrections. Yan, pwede po kayong mag-comment sa mga video, mga previous video dito sa video na to. At pwede rin naman sa email. No? Sa email, ito po yung email. brice.academy.consultancy@gmail.com. Okay? So, para hindi na tayo magtagal, let us... Uy, anong nangyari? Check ko muna yung monitor ko, no? By the way, ulitin ko yung ibang video kasi may malakas ng sounds, may naputol. Marami pong naputol, kaya tutuloy ko siya. I-re-live ko siya. Mga susunod nating live stream. Pero may mga computation pa tayong gagawin. May mga computation tayong gagawin. Okay, by the way, naka 2 minutes na tayo. Nangyari dito. Yan. Naka tayo. Okay, start na tayo. No? 700. Ay, mali. 81 tayo. 751. Kasi 51. In the absence of air resistance, projectile sent up at an angle of theta above the horizontal with an initial velocity of v as a horizontal range of what? The answer is r is equal to b squared, quantity of b squared sine 2 theta. Ito po yung sagot. R is equals to b squared, a quantity of b squared over g times sine 2 theta. Okay, na 752. In the preceding question, the time of flight is answer is D is equal to the quantity of 2v sine theta over g. This is the preceding question. Ayan, pagsamahin natin para makita. Medyo maingay yung monitor ko. Sorry for the delay. Ngayon, sure ko lang na hindi na okay, ulitin ko na. In the preceding question, ito po yung question, no? 51, the time of flight is t is equal to 2v times sine theta over g. 753. Yan, the trajectory of a projectile is a graph of what? The answer is parabola. The trajectory of a projectile is a graph of parabola. 754. When an object is thrown vertically upward, its acceleration is what? The answer is equal to that of object thrown vertically downward. Oh, sabihin mas mabilis, no? If an object is thrown vertically upward, its acceleration is equal to that of an object thrown vertically downward. Kasi pag hinaagis mo siya pataas, mabagal yung ano eh. Pero pag inato mo siya pababa, mas mabilis yun. 3750. Or if an object is thrown vertically upward, its acceleration is equal to that of the throw of object thrown vertically downward. $755, the acceleration is blank the resultant force on the object. The answer is directly proportional to the resultant of the object. 755, the acceleration is directly proportional to the resultant force on the object. Okay, teka lang po. Mga commercial ang dali. Okay, 756. The acceleration is blank the mass of the object. The answer is inversely proportional to. The acceleration is inversely proportional to the object. $757. Refers to the vertical speed at which the force of air resistance is blank, just sufficient to balance the body's weight. The answer is terminal speed. Refers to the vertical speed at which the force of air resistance is blank. Is terminal speed just sufficient balance to the body's weight? Pero bakit parang gulo ah? Refers to the vertical speed at which the force of air resistance is terminal speed, just sufficient to balance the body's weight. The answer is terminal speed. $758. Yan. Uy, abuti nila. Pinakita ko, all the above palang question. No? Sagot. Oh. Objects falling in air from the height will not reach the ground at the same time. Because what? So, ito lahat ng sagot. No? Letter A, air resistance increases with velocity. Letter B, falling body will eventually reach terminal velocity. Letter C, if it reaches terminal velocity, cannot fall any faster than that. The answer is all of the above or lahat ng ito. No? Yan. Dito natin ha. Objects falling in air from the height will not reach the ground at the same time because air resistance increases with velocity. Falling body will eventually reach terminal velocity. And C, if it reaches terminal velocity, it cannot fall any faster than that. Ulitin ko para maganda. Objects falling in air from the height will not reach the ground at the same time because air resistance increases with velocity. Sabihin, yun, pag mabilis, may nagre-resist na hangin. No? B, falling body will eventually reaches terminal velocity. O, yung pinakamabilis na velocity niya, marireach niya. Yan. If it reaches terminal velocity, it cannot fall any faster than that. Yan. Kung na-reach niya na yung pinakamabilis na velocity, hindi na siya, mas yun ang pinakamabilis niya. No? Hindi niya siya lalagpas doon. Yun. 759. A point on the object from which it can be suspended in any orientation without tending to rotate. The answer is A, center of gravity, B, barycenter, C, centroid. And the answer is all of this, no? All of the above. Point on the object from which it can be suspended in any orientation without tending to rotate. Yan. Answer is center of gravity, barycenter, and centroid. 760. What is another term for centroid? The answer is center of gravity, center of mass, and barycenter. Or all of the above. Yan, lahat yan. What is another term for centroid? The answer is center of gravity, center of mass, barycenter. 761. Bago tayo mag-761, ay ginagreet natin yung ating kaibigan, si Engineer Lemuel Prangia. Meron siyang channel na pinapromote din natin yung channel niya. Yung Green Friends Forever. Ang topic niya naman ay ang tawag dito, environmental planning. Planner, no? ENP. ENP yung kanyang review. ENP for the Environmental Planning Board exam. Kung wala pa siya, hindi pa siya nakikita. So, next time, ano ko na lang yung link dito. No? Tulungan natin siyang mag-promote para makatulong promote yung channel niya. Yan. No? Okay. Hanapin ko lang. No? Sige. Habang hinahanap natin, tuloy natin. 761, centrifugal force is directly proportional to. Answer is square of tangential velocity. Yan. 761, centrifugal force is equal to the square of the tangential velocity. Dapat pala nakasuspense din dito. Next time, i-suspend natin yan. I-hide muna natin. 762. The amount of heat required to change the temperature of 1 degree Fahrenheit. The answer is BTU or British Thermal Unit. Yan, hide na siya. British Thermal Unit. No? Yan. The amount of heat required to change the temperature of 1 pound of water 1 degree Fahrenheit. The answer is British Thermal Unit. Calorie is defined as the amount of heat required to raise a temperature of blank of water 1 degree Celsius. Hindi ko pala ma-search dito sa mga subscribers ko. Sorry. Next time na lang natin siya i-share. Na. Ang channel mo. Yan, sige na. Hingi ko na lang yung link niya. Okay, 763 na tayo. The answer is what? 1 gram. Yun, sa mga gusto naman magpabate, no? Pwede naman. Comment lang po kayo sa akin or sa messenger. Ito. Ayan. At BRICE_AC. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Yan. Yan. Pwede na kayo mag-email, brice.academy.consultancy@gmail.com. Masyado pa lang maliit yan. Ayan ko na lang. Okay na. 764. Sorry, marami lang yung commercial masyado. No? The amount of heat needed to change the temperature of 1 unit of heat by 1 degree. Anong degree yan? The answer is specific heat capacity. The amount of heat needed to change the temperature of a unit quantity of heat by 1 degree. Answer is a specific heat capacity. Siguro pati civil engineering board exam, no? Pero hindi ko siya kabisa. Yung mga reviewer ko lang gagamitin ko na lang. Next. 765. What is the specific heat? The answer is the amount needed. The amount needed to raise the temperature in 1 pound of water 1 degree Fahrenheit. Medyo mainit. Mainit na. What is specific heat? The heat needed to raise the temperature in 1 pound of water 1 degree Fahrenheit. 766. What the specific heat capacity of water in kilojoules per kilogram degree Celsius? The answer is 4.19. What is the specific heat capacity of water in kilojoules per kilogram degree Celsius? Yun. Thank you very much sa ating mga viewers. No? Sa 3 million viewers natin. Dami nila. Shout out sa mga viewers natin ngayon. Live viewers natin ngayon. 766, 767. The amount of heat must be supplied to change 1 kilogram of substance at its boiling point from the liquid state to gaseous state. The answer is heat evaporation. Excuse me. Amount of heat must be supplied to change 1 kilogram of the substance at its boiling point from the liquid state to gaseous state. The answer is heat evaporation. 769. Conic section is curved, which is the intersection of what? The answer is a cone and a plane. Conic section is a curve which is the intersection of a cone and a plane. $769. Di pa sumasagot yung ating. The amount of heat must be supplied to change 1 kilogram of substance at its melting point from solid to the liquid state. Oh, iba yan. Kanina evaporation eh. Ano kaya yan? Heat of fusion. Yan pala yun. Uy, labig naman. Amount of heat that must be supplied to change 1 kilogram of the substance at its melting point from the solid to the liquid state. Kanina ay maganda. Heat evaporation. Yan. From boiling point na liquid state na pupunta sa gaseous state. Ano kaya kulay natin yan? Yan. Heat evaporation. Ngayon naman, from solid state, melting point, natunaw na siya, no? Heat of fusion. Yan. Okay, magandang kulay. Black na lang natin. No? Yan. 770. Medyo mas nakaka-relate na ako ngayon. Kasi yung iba, medyo ano na yan eh. Although, nag-aralan naman noon na nakalimutan na kasi. Sa dami. Any body immersed in a fluid is subjected to a buoyant force which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaces. This is known as, the answer is buoyant force. Oh, mali. Archimedes principle. Sorry. Buoyant force pala yung formula na. Any body immersed in a fluid is subjected to buoyant force which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced. This is known as buoyant force. The answer is Archimedes principle. Yan, mamaya na tinatanong yung buoyant force. The total hydrostatic force on a plane area is directly proportional to, the answer is density fluid. The total hydrostatic force on a plane area is directly proportional to density fluid. 772. Buoyant force is equal to what? Answer is density of fluid times volume submerged. Buoyant force is equal to density of fluid times volume submerged. Ano pala? Mga gustong mag-avail ng reviewer ko nito, no? Mga presentations. For sale. $300 lang, $300. 300 lang. No? So, ayan. You can text me to this number or this brice.academy.consulting@gmail.com. Pwede rin kayo mag-comment. No? Sa mga naman gustong mag-donate, willing mag-donate, no? Ayan, ito po yung number ko, 0956-016-2730. GCASH, Paymaya, and COINSPH. 773, tuloy tayo ngayon. Tuloy-tuloy. And sa mga gustong mag-enroll ng ating ngayon po akong training, Primavera P6. Yan, meron tayong apprentice course, meron tayong intermediate course. No? Yun muna yung offer natin. Then, ano pa tayong SketchUp and SpAD. Hindi ko pa nagagawa yun. Pero, lalagay ko yung outline sa mga susunod na review natin. No? New subscribers. Ayan. No? Nakikita ba? Sorry. Nakikita yung mga computation. 773 refers to the tendency of liquid surface to contact to the minimum possible area in any situation. The answer is surface tension. Refers to the tendency of the liquid surface to contact to the minimum possible area in any situation. The answer is surface tension. 774 refers to the measure of fluid's internal friction. The answer is viscosity. Ayun. Refers to the measure of the fluid's internal friction. The answer is viscosity. 775. The blank of a machine equals to the ratio between its actual and its theoretical mechanical advantage. The answer is efficiency. Hindi naman nakashare yan. Mayroon tayong share. Okay. The blank or the efficiency of a machine equals to the ratio between its actual and its theoretical mechanical advantage. The answer is efficiency. 776, actual mechanical advantage is the ratio between what? The answer is output force to input force. Wow, mainit naman. Actual mechanical advantage is the ratio of output force to input force. 777. Yan. Study of motion with reference to the force which causes the motion. The answer is kinetics. Study of motion with reference to the force which causes the motion is kinetics. 778. 7-8 tayo. Ano ba? An impulse causes what? The answer is object's momentum to change. An impulse causes the object's momentum to change. Okay. Sorry. 779, momentum is the property related to the blank. Object's blank. The answer is motion and mass. Siyempre, yung bigat niya, saka yung force na yung galaw. No? Momentum is the property related to the object's momentum, motion and mass. Answer is motion and mass. 780. Centrifugal force is what? The answer is directly proportional to the velocity, to the square of the tangential velocity. Centrifugal force is directly proportional to the square of the tangential velocity. (781) a measure of resistance of body. It offers to any change in its angular velocity determined by its mass and distribution of its mass about the axis of rotation is known as, the answer is angular acceleration. Ulit ko po ulit, shout out sa mga viewers natin ngayon. Live viewers, shout out po sa inyong lahat. Thank you very much sa pagtsatsaga sa panonood ng live. And hopefully sa mga susunod na videos, nandyan pa rin po kayo. No? Tuloy-tuloy ang ating pagre-review. Hanggat marami tayong reviewer and marami pa tayong re-reviewin. Material engineer, pwede rin sa civil engineer. No? Yan. 781, a measure of resistance of a body it offers to any change in its angular velocity determined by its mass and the distribution of its mass about the axis of rotation is known as angular velocity. At the answer is angular velocity. Ito na lang, masyadong mabilis kanina. Measure of resistance of a body it offers to any change in its angular velocity determined by its mass and distribution of its mass about the axis of rotation is known as angular velocity. 781, momentum is the product of mass and answer is motion. Motion tama. Velocity nga. Motion. Sorry. Sorry, kanina kasi nahula mali naman. Momentum is the product of mass and velocity. O, syempre, yung bilis, yung motion. No? Momentum is the product of mass and velocity. 784, the moment of inertia of a plane figure. The answer is increases as distance of the axis moves farther from the centroid. The moment of inertia of a plane figure increase as the distance of the axis moves farther from the centroid. Mamaya sana meron akong beginner's course ng primavera kaso wala pang nahuli kasi yung post ko. Pero okay lang naman. Laki pa naman ang discount, no? Okay lang naman. Kasi nahuli ako ng post naka-pending pa sa post. So, syempre, reviewin pa yun ng Kapag hindi na, cancel ko na lang. Mamaya na yun, 1 p.m. 784, to maximize the horizontal range of the projectile, which of the following applies? The answer is the tangent function of the angle and the velocity of trajectory must be equal to 1. To maximize the horizontal range of the projectile, which of the following applies? Hindi ko na nilagay ibang choices, no? Ito na yung sagot. Tangent of the angle and velocity of the trajectory must be equal to 1. 785, moment of inertia of any plane figure expressed in units if length of the answer is port power. The moment of inertia of any plane figure is expressed in lengths. Expressed in units of if length of the fourth power. 786, yan. Okay, inulit ko po ulit. For corrections, comments, and suggestion, please don't hesitate to post in the comment section. Pwede rin kayong mag-comment dito no, sa message nyo ko po. You can reach me in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Yan, at BRICE_AC or email brice.academy.consultancy@gmail.com. Pwede rin po nyo po rin akong i-text dito sa number na to, 0976-026-3125 and 0932-800-1219. 787, a branch of mechanics deals with bodies at rest. The answer is statics. Yan. Branch of mechanics which deals with bodies at rest. The answer is statics. 788. Branch of mechanics which deals with bodies in motion. The answer is dynamics. Branch of mechanics which deals with bodies in motion. The answer is dynamics. 789. Action of force is characterized by. Answer is its magnitude, direction of its action, point of application, or all of the above. Lahat ito, no? Action of force is characterized by its magnitude, direction of its action, and point of application. 790. Point for a system to be in equilibrium. Answer is yan. Kaya pala. All of the above uli ang sagot. The force polygon must be closed. All forces must be concurrent. If not acting parallel, it must satisfy the three static equations or all of the above. For a system to be in equilibrium, the force polygon must close. All forces must be concurrent, if not acting parallel. It must satisfy the three static equations or all of the above. 791, a pair of forces equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, and not in the same line. The answer is couple. For pair of forces equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, and not in the same line is called couple. The answer is couple. 792, the blank exerted by force on a body is the measure of its effectiveness in turning about a certain pivot. Answer is torque. Pala yun. The torque exerted by a force on a body is the measure of its effectiveness in turning the body about the certain pivot. The answer is torque. ko na lang ulit. A torque exerted by a force on a body is the measure of its effectiveness in turning the body about a certain pivot. 793, a body is said to be in a rotational equilibrium when what? When? Ano sagot? The answer is no net torque acts on it. A body is said to be in rotational equilibrium when no net torque acts on it. 794. A couple consists of two forces, blank in magnitude, parallel and oppositely directed. The answer is equal. Couple consists of two forces equal in magnitude, parallel and oppositely directed. The answer is equal. 795. The blank of the body or system is the point about with the product of the mass and the momentum arms. Arm sums up to 0. The answer is center of mass. The center of mass or the blank or the center of mass of the body or system is the point about with the product of the mass and momentum arm sums up to 0. The answer is center of mass. The center of mass of the body or system is the point about with the product of the mass and the momentum arm sums up to 0. So may equation yun, no? Ito yung equation niya eh. Hindi naman, sabihin ko na lang. Yung mass, product of mass, tapos yung arm niya, kung ilan yun, is equal to 0. Ayun. 796. The point through which the resultant of the distributed gravity force passes regardless of the orientation of the body in space. Answer is center of gravity. Point through which the resultant of the distributed gravity force passes regardless of the orientation of the body in space. The answer is center of gravity. Point through which the resultant of the distributed gravity force passes regardless of the orientation of the body in space. Yeah? The answer is center of gravity. 797. If an object exerts normal force on a surface, then its normal force is what? Perpendicular to surface. If an object exerts normal force on a surface, then its normal force is perpendicular to surface. 798. Whenever the surface of two bodies are in contact with, there will a limiting amount of resistance to sliding between them. This is known as, the answer is friction. Uy. Whenever the surface of two bodies are Teka lang po. Sorry. Ulit. Whenever the surface of two bodies are in contact, there will a limiting amount of resistance to sliding between them. This is known as friction. The answer is friction. 798. The moment of inertia of a triangle with respect to the base B is what? Formula tayo. BH cube over 12. The moment of inertia of a triangle with respect to the base B is BH cube over 12. Mga susunod ba? Yan, yung mga moment of inertia, mga formula, discuss natin yan. Sunod, inope lang natin. Marami pala yan. And the last question for this session, the moment of inertia on a triangle with respect to the base is blank times each moment of inertia with respect to its centroidal axis. The answer is 3. The moment of inertia. 1. Yan. A triangle with respect to the base is 3 times its moment of inertia with respect to its centroidal axis. The answer is 3, no? Medyo topic na lang ito ulit sa sunod na. I-review natin to. Baka may mali sa question. 800. Okay, yan. Nagtatapos ang ating live stream for this session. Kung gusto niyo po yung video, no? Please like this video. You can share it sa mga nagre-review sa Master Plumber board exam, and please subscribe for more engineering review, engineering topics, and software tutorials. Thank you very much and have a nice day. See you in the next session.